So this is the framing stage of a building. The framing stage is where all the timber work is done to provide structure for the building. The framing stage is governed or determined according to Australian Standards 1684.2 to 006. This standard, it provides a table or tables for selecting wall framing members, and this includes tables for selecting common studs for all the size of lintels in the load-bearing walls, and for single or upper story or for sheet or tile roofings, as can be seen on this building. The most common wall frame systems in Australia is the timber stud wall frame, and its members are the top plate, the lintel, the common stud, the jump stud, the jack stud, the noggin, the bottom plate, the timber or metal bracing, the sheet bracing. There are 9. Now, the top plate, as you can see here, it's built along the full length of all walls, including over the openings. So where there are doors, the wall plate will still run around it. So where roof trusses or rafters land on the top plates directly above a stud, the top plate may be the same section as the stud. But where the roof trusses or rafters do not land directly over a stud, the top plate needs to be reinforced with blocking, as you will see here. Alternatively, an additional top plate may be installed. So if I show you a little bit what's going on here, you'll see that the top plate has been put in place properly, and then there'll be the bottom plate at the bottom there. That's the bottom plate, and this is where the studs will be transferring all the loads to. And at the openings of the doors, there will be the lintels, like over there. Let me show you a lintel, a nice lintel. I want to show you, let me walk you there. Yep, like this one. This is a lintel. This is an opening of a door. So the lintels are beams that span the openings for windows and external doors. The size of this lintel depends on the width of the opening or the combination of loads being supported. And then these lintels, they'll all differ depending on the size of the window or the door. If a double door, the lintel will be different again. Like I want to show you another one here, which is a wider door. Let me walk you there. Yep, right there, you can see that lintel. That lintel is for a sliding door. It's a big, wide, massive door. So that lintel, as you can see, is different from the lintel I just showed you earlier. So these lintels, they are actually beams, and they span the openings for windows and external doors. And then you'll find the common studs, like you can see here. These are common studs. Now these studs are all along. They're the vertical members, and they run from the top plate to the bottom plate. These common studs are vertical members, and they are usually evenly spaced to suit loads or linings or cladding that will be fixed on them. Their spacing is also determined according to the Australian standards, and they are usually 450 mils to 600 mils. So if the roofing will be tile, it will be 450 mils spacing between the common studs. If the roofing is going to be sheet or metal roofing, the spacing is much wider. It is 600 mils. So it depends on the roof cladding. And as you can see, they run all of them from top to bottom. Let me show you another, let me walk you to another section where you can see them better. And yep, like there. Look at that. those are common studs. They run from the top plate up there, where that blue or metallic beam is, to the bottom plate down there. And they transfer the load from the top to the bottom at the slab or the foundation. So these common studs should be reinforced at points of concentrated loads. Like you can see that some of them are double, some of them are thicker. So they are reinforced at points of concentrated loads where there's a load-bearing truss or beam on top of them. Then they are reinforced. At junctions, they also have sufficient studs there. They also must be located so as to allow linings to be fixed on them. And then holes on studs must be done very carefully. And these holes, if need be, they have to be spaced according to Australian standards. So the holes on studs are not randomly put. Actually, they are done very carefully on the middle half of the depth of the member. And the holes in the plates must be located within the middle half of the breadth of the member, according to Australian Standards 1684.2. So where studs have to be braced, the bracing is notched into the stud. As you can see there, that's a bracing that's running across like an X. That is a metal bracing, and it's notched at the end of the stud up there. It's not just put in the middle, it's at the end of the stud. So then there's the jump stud. The jump studs are like where the windows are or the door openings are. I'll show you one. Let me just walk you there, like there. Yeah, right there. That is a jump stud. So this jump stud right there is a stud that is adjacent to an opening, so it supports a greater share of load than a common stud that I just showed you earlier. So this jump stud here, short as it is, it supports a greater load than the longer vertical common studs. And the jump studs can be large single ones like these ones, or two or more studs. So if you look at the side there, there's another one, and on the right there's another one, and these studs have been laminated together so as to support that weight which is running there. It's a load-bearing wall. You can see that even the top plate is double. So the jump studs are external walls. In external walls and other load-bearing walls must not be notched together. They are notched within the middle half of their height, within the height of the opening. Then there's a jack stud, which is a stud that is cut down to be placed above and or below an opening. The jack stud provides support to the lintel trimmer or to the sill trimmer of windows. So you'll see them all along here. Then I want to show you something here. There's the noggin. The noggin is those horizontal pieces of timber or framing that is providing support to the common studs that are running vertically. So these noggins, they are also determined according to the standards. And a noggin is a horizontal member. It runs between two studs. It provides lateral support to studs. And the maximum spacing for noggins is 1350 mils. This means that there is usually one noggin for walls up to 2700 mils in height. So as you can see here, there's only one noggin in that height. So walls in excess of this may require multiple rows of noggins, but these walls just need one. And noggins are not required to be stress graded. Then their thickness must be a minimum of 25 mils. The thickness of these noggins is 25 mils. They are suitable for fixing cladding and linings at the end. So noggins have to be installed either centrally in the depth of the studs or flush with one face of the stud. This is to provide fixing or support to cladding or lining. So whenever they are being put, you have to have that in mind, that fixings and cladding will come and will be fixed on them. So staggering in the row of nogging must not be greater than twice the nogging breadth. Okay. Then there's the bottom plate, as you can see there, very, very well done there, the bottom plate. The bottom plates are provided along the full length of the walls except at door openings. So if you look at this building, you'll see that the bottom plate is running where the common studs is hitting, is landing right on top of them. But if you keep going, let me walk you around, I'll look for a door opening. You'll find that, like that one, you'll find that there is no bottom plate because the door opening is there. So the common plate, the bottom plate is not there where there's door openings, like there, like there's another one there. I'll show you another one. Just bear with me, I'll walk you there. It's a big building, and yeah, I just want a vantage position where I can capture it properly for you to see. So I'll just go around, I think, and you'll see that there is no bottom plate where there is doors. So that's just at the top there. You can see the noggins. You can see the bottom plate running there. See? So if you look here, there was the bottom plate running there. There's no bottom plate there because this is a door. This is a doorway. So the bottom plates are provided along the full length, but the bottom plate is not there at the doorways because there will be a door to swing there, and that cannot happen if there is a bottom plate. So there's also timber and metal bracing. I'll show you some there. You can see bracing all along. That's there'll be temporary bracing. There'll be, I'm just going round now. I'm going round. Yep, that's metal bracing, timber bracing there. All this bracing, some of them are temporary bracing. That's a sheet bracing there. That's the roofing that we're going to look at later. Just want to go show you the beams there and the load-bearing ones. Let's come down here. You see the window opening. See the jump studs down there at the window openings. So remember, at the lintels, at the windows, there'll be jump studs. And they're very strong. They support a lot of weight. Keep coming down here, and you'll find a lot of sheet bracing, a lot of temporary bracing. These are temporary bracings of timber, and there's behind them there's a metal bracings that are tension, like those ones, you know, running across. Those are metal bracings that holds and provides. See, all these studs have been laminated together to provide more support, more temporary bracing there. See the bracings up there, all done very, very well. So this structure, the framing here has been excellently done. Look at that metal framing that is running across from one end to the other. It has been notched in the common studs very, very well. It's come down to the bottom plate very well. There is a temporary bracing there that is holding from the inside. These ones, of course, will be removed when the building is done. The metal bracing will stay. You can see the jump studs on the openings. You can see that lintel there. I like those birds. You can see more lintel there. You can see sheet bracing there. You can see more temporary bracing. Yep. We'll talk about the roof later. So I want to end this by saying that this framing has been done satisfactorily and very well according to Australian standards.